and welcome back to Girl Talk. We are so excited to be here at the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company in Fitchburg, and we are delighted to be here with Mr. Dario Tesmer, the Assistant General Manager here in Fitchburg, correct? Or of everything?
I'm downtown.
Downtown, so we're in familiar
work
waters here, but unfamiliar space. Okay, all right. Cool. He is going to join us today on Girl Talk, and thank you again for being here and having us.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to talk about your winter cocktail menu, right? We're going to get warmed up. It's getting a little cool outside. Very happy to hear about it. So first of all, let me go back. How did you get your start in the service industry, Dario?
I started a while back, actually at Old Chicago on the west side.
Oh, sure.
There I started as a busboy, moved on to host and serve, but also worked in the back of the house as well. So it was kind of launched me into the entire service industry. After that, I lived out in Arizona for about 4.5 years. And that's where I fully started bartending. And then when I moved back to Madison, I got hired downtown.
Okay. So talking about your winter cocktails, which kind of blows my mind because Great Dane is known for their iconic craft beer, but you also have all of these handcrafted cocktails and like an extensive full bar. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, when people come in, not everybody's palate is just for beer
or
just for wine. So you want to make sure that your guest is going to enjoy themselves and not just be kind of pigeonholed into just one or two items. Our cocktails are really fun, and they're a little bit more than just one or two parts. So the recipes that we've come up with along with Breakthrough Beverage are really fun for the winter moving forward. So
I wouldn't doubt anything else from coming from the Great Dane.
I love that though, because I know me personally, I'm not a huge beer person, but cocktails are so fun to explore different flavors and tastes, and you're going to try something different every time in different places you go. So that's really cool. But as far as trends go in the cocktail world, I guess, what are you guys seeing there?
A lot of it's like when craft beer first started.
Sure.
You look at the materials, and it's not just one variety of hops. And with the cocktails, it's not just a gin and a tonic or just a vodka and a cranberry. You're moving forward with a lot of different materials being blended together, a lot of different flavors that people years ago would have never thought to have put together.
Right.
So you're giving your guest a new experience.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Very cool. Keep it fresh.
I have dabbled in the bartending world.
Okay.
I won't explain too much about that, another conversation for another time, but I know it was always fun to kind of have fun back there, especially in a slow moment, and mix something up fun and try like a new drink on somebody who's, just happens to be the lucky one sitting at the bar. So in light of that, I bet you do that too. So I think maybe just rather than the gin and the tonic, you might have something more exciting. So is there like secret ingredients that you have just for the Great Dane, or just you maybe? Like tell us about that. Bring the secret out. That's what we're here for.
There are.
Revealed.
I can't give everything away, but there are, yes, every bartender has a little something behind the bar that they'll pull out when they really, really need to. Or they have somebody who's like, oh, I've already had that. I've already had this. Some of the materials that we'll use, we had a drink this summer that involved basil and pepper, and you would have never really thought to put that into a cocktail. So when I sat down with a gentleman, a friend of mine, then when we were putting all these together, it was like, what can we kind of wow people with? So,
absolutely. Well, if it tastes good, it might taste really good in a drink, just like it might taste really good in food. You might just try it, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. If you have fresh ingredients like basil, I think people get excited about that. So that's fun. Okay, one secret ingredient.
Speaking of food, you guys have a great menu here, and we know that beer and food go great together. But what about these signature cocktails?
Well, it's a couple of them that really jump out to me. Beer pairings and wine pairings are, I don't want to say they're easy, but with some of these drinks, like the Great Scott is a little bit stronger. And so with that, you could pair it with maybe a heavier meal. Moving into winter, we all don't necessarily want salad all the time.
Right now.
That's just not
Thank
what
you
we
for
do.
saying so.
At the time.
And then there's another cocktail that I'll make in a little bit that goes great with dessert. So we didn't necessarily shape the cocktails around the food, but there are some definitely good pairings that are out there. So it's really nice to move people away from not just beer, but also having a cocktail while they eat dinner. Maybe because they're only going to have one.
Right.
So might as well match it up with a good meal.
Yeah, that's nice that you guys are so knowledgeable, because I've found myself before when I go out to eat and I'm like, I don't know what's going to go good with this. And it's nice when you can ask somebody, ask your server, ask your bartender, and they have that experience.
Yeah, we like to make sure that our staff is well trained and so that anybody could walk in and say, And we actually try to offer it before you even have to ask. We can recommend
I like
something
that.
will go well with, with say a sandwich that you're having. And we're going to try to sneak in the fact, well, hey, you might want to try this cocktail because it does complement it.
Right.
So we try to make sure that everybody's knowledgeable.
Sure.
Snuck a cocktail in on me.
Yeah. Oh, it's lunch.
Exactly. So what do you guys have on the horizon as far as cocktails go, or anything unique up your sleeve over at the Great Dane that people may not be expecting?
I think it goes back to some of the ingredients, and if you look at the actual drinks, there's always more than one liquor or more than one fresh juice. There's definitely a combination of a lot of things that go in together. That's a little bit more complex than just your rum and coke. So
Mixing something up.
yeah,
it's more than that.
and this day and age in cocktails, they've made it so that you can batch it out so that your drinks may have 5 or 6 different ingredients, but they're all combined, and it makes it quite easy for the bartender to make these drinks and not have it take 10, 15 minutes.
Oh.
So
That's important too, because sometimes, that'll deter people, I think, if they're like, oh, am I going to have to wait, 10 minutes or something? But when it's quick and it tastes good and it's unique, I mean, that's like the trifecta of cocktails, right?
Well, and also
Did I
the
just invent
experience,
something?
because when you come to a great bar, like the Great Dane, whether it's in Fitchburg or the East Side, I haven't been to the one on the West Side, but you want an experience, and to have a great cocktail that you've never tried before, you're going to remember that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. No, I mean, we want people to come back
Yeah.
and say, not only do they have great beer, but I also had a really amazing drink while I was there.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to offer.
That's why you guys are iconic.
Exactly.
Right?
And
why
it's good
people
to
know
get
you.
this information out there. Surprise, surprise. Wonderful beer, wonderful service, beautiful environments, awesome cocktails, and again, awesome food. So
Everything you need.
Everything you need. Everything you need. Thank you again for joining us on Girl Talk. Thank you for having us at the Great Dane.
Love it
Dario Tesmer, I said that correctly,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Thank you for being here with us. Thank you again for joining us on Girl Talk and being at the Great Dane. And catch us next time on Girl Talk.